And tomorrow Virat Kohli and Anushka will have a child, and Taimur might be relegated.
I hope so. How challenging was it for you to balance your family life as well as work?
So my way of dealing with it was to cut down on my films. I think I gave our films like Khilone, Hathi Mere Sathi, Tere Mere Sapne. Can you imagine? Oof, what a lovely role. So many films I said no to. It is really division of 24 hours. So what can you do in 24 hours? And those days, again, our work was not terribly, considerate. Because we worked double shift, 7 to 2, 2 to 10. It was a little...
On different movies also.
Different movies. So it was not that comfortable. So I had to work. And then I said I won't work after 6:30. And as you know, the industry is very male-centric. And those days, except for Shashi Kapoor and Amitabh Bachchan, nobody came on time. You could suggest a time. You could say, would you be ready, sir, at 11? But they would happily walk into the set at about 2 o'clock or something.
And you couldn't say anything at that
time. And then we were all ready with makeup and hairdo, my famous bouffant and all that was ready. But you prioritize, you know. We are very fortunate, We can hire helps. But what happens to the help who's coming to us? She is leaving her children behind.
What a wonderful thing.
So caregiving is something the whole world is thinking about how to do it. And unfortunately, we don't have house husbands. If we had house husbands, then it would be much easier.
Of course.
Because society has given the responsibility of taking care of children to women somehow. And if a woman leaves the child and goes to work, then she is not a good woman. And we all want to be good women, right?
What is the main difference between a daughter and a daughter-in-law?
Well, daughter is somebody you've grown up with, right? So you know her temperament, you know what makes her angry or what, how to deal with that person. So a daughter-in-law, you're meeting her when she's an adult person already. And you don't quite know what her temperament is like. So it takes time to gel. The new girl, your daughter-in-law, is coming to your house. So you need to welcome her. You need to make her more comfortable. If she's used to a certain kind of food, if it's like I remember when I got married, I'm a Bengali. I like my rice. And they were all fulka eating people.
And meat.
Yes, and I love my fish and Tiger hated fish. That kind of it. I mean, they seem very minor, but they are not really in the long run. The onus is on the boy's side to welcome a girl and make her, comfortable. And not interfere too much, because it is a new relationship that they're building. And if I say, well, when my son was young, this is what he liked, and this is his favorite dish, all that showing off, I think that can be at abeyance, and you should allow their relationship to grow more than try and take over.
I think everyone wants to know what our equation is. What is the one thing that you think I'm good at, and the one thing that you think I could improve myself with?
Okay. Well, I like your consistency. I like the way you keep in touch, because I know that if I send you a message, you will invariably send.
And Saif won't reply, but I will.
Yes, Saif won't, not Soha. Soha most certainly won't reply.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, she'll take time, but you will reply, right? And you're very, like, if I'm coming to the house, you'll ask me what I like to eat, and I get what I want. That must be from the Kapoor trait, because you keep a wonderful table. But even at a relationship-wise, you're good. I've seen you when Tiger was in the hospital, and how you didn't draw attention to yourself. And it so happened that 21st is your birthday, and Tiger passed away on the 22nd, and you were there, and you were just like my children and my family. So I really remember that. So I've seen you during various stages that you have been rather wonderful, I must say.
Thank you. And what about the thing that you think?
I'm kind of thinking about it, that I really can't. I can't. I just wish you would stay this way, because your temperament is such. I've seen you work with your staff, and you're a very You know, some of us get very tense and make it difficult for, you know, others around us. You don't do that. You are intuitive. So I just wish you'll stay like this and not get uptight about anything.
So, Amma, when it comes to parenting, where do you draw the line, especially with Taimur, considering he's got so much of this media attention going on?
Yes, social media is a concern. Your child would be shaped by many influences. You won't be able to control those influences. Later on, when he's grown up enough to really access social media, he will be bombarded with so many information. But I feel what the media does is builds you up and then suddenly dumps you, right? I mean, tomorrow Virat Kohli and Anushka will have a child and Taimur might be relegated.
I
hope so too. But you know that. So at Taimur's age it doesn't really matter because he's still very, very young. But if he's say 7 or 8 and he continues to be a rage as he is now, then if he's dumped, it would matter. And also the effect he will have on his peer group. So they may like it or may not like it. So I think you guys, not me, have to
we have all
sort it
the
out.
pressure.
That's the advantage of being a grandmother. We don't have any responsibility.
You can just sit back and watch.
We can say, oh, that could be a problem or that could be a problem. But that's your problem to sort it out, right?